far-right position, they are trying to change their strategy. Okay, they are not building a party and say, okay, now we are like they did it in the 80s or 90s, we are NPD or we are the Republicana.
Yeah.
But they try to, how do you call it, to infiltrate or intrude an existing party.
Yeah.
And after a while, they took over. So most of the people who started in at the beginning with the AFD, they had to left the party, and they left the party.
Yeah.
So they are trying to take advantage of situations that primary is not considered as far right wing. Another example is what we have this week with the president or the leading person of the Green.
The leader of the Green Party. Yes.
So actually, there should be a protest of how do you call it? Of farmers. But that protest of the farmers turned to be a protest of
the Green Party.
No, a protest of the far right. Against the Green Party, and they were very heavy. So what they are trying to do is to change their strategy to be, in their appearance, to be gentle, to be intellectual. They are called doctor, professor, but in their ideology, the ideology is still what we had in the Nazi time.
Wow, that's still scary. Yeah, so let me go to the youngsters here now. With the young people, okay. Eunice, yes. You are of my age mate, and I would say we know that we haven't been in Deutschland for 2 decades yet. So with your experience too as a youngster who actually migrated from Ghana to Deutschland, okay, and also going through the educational system, and we learning from people like Dr. Christian and Co. What is your experience, or what would you also say about the political system in Germany? And how we blacks are actually integrating into it.
Thanks so much for the question. Personally, I believe that, you see, when we say politics is a little bit different from Ghana and then what is being happening now. One thing personally I realized is that these people, the Germans, they treat their country like a baby in the sense that they always act like they have to protect what is for them. The country comes first. The interest, what will work for the country, what will not work for them. Now, back in Ghana, our constitution, the 1992 constitution, is just lying there. And when Isaiah Tamils, when he came, they made the amendment, but nothing happened to the constitution itself. Akufo-Addo, one of his strong messages that made people fall in love with him was the fact that he needs to change certain things in the constitution to benefit the current population or the current population, which he has not yet done. Now, Germans do that thing very often. So in Germany, it's typical that you know something today, in the next 3 months, the next 6 months is different because they adjust their system to fit the current needs, to solve current problems in their economy or among people, the lives of people. Now, typically as immigrants living in Germany, I would say that to a large extent, we are to a large extent fortunate because as Doctor was saying, those days, it wasn't like it is now. Those days were a little bit harsh for immigrants, especially people of color like you and I. But now, due to a lot of things, they made it more liberal. And Angela Merkel, to a large extent, made sure that people of color, especially if you are using the family system, we have a little leverage, a certain amount of leverage in this community and system. Now the question is, as youngsters in Germany, how are we using this thing? Now, as I mentioned, they take care of their country, they adjust every time, they amend every time. So if we come as a people, and those who migrated to Germany 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whether we like it or yes, we the youngsters, we cannot follow their footpath, because when it comes to it, it's typical people say, oh, I've been here 30 years, I've been here 40 years, so we're doing it like this, we're doing it like this. It is good, yes, but we the youngsters know this generation is a different, everything is changing. It doesn't mean that we are not appreciative of the oldsters. No, we appreciate them. They paved a fantastic way for us to come. But as the youngsters that we are in, how are we going to make sure that the job that Doctor and Co. they did for us, they paved way, they did a lot of struggle, they fought a lot of battles, they negotiated in Parliament for us. How are we making sure that now it's our turn to do the negotiations? Yeah. How are we doing these negotiations as youngsters? When we come, most often than not, we want to follow the old trend. Oh, we need to now reassess our reasons for migrating to Germany. Yeah. Because as you can see, it's not getting funny anymore. It's as now AFD is trying to shake the system a little bit. They are saying, oh, those who work they want to do this, they want to do now. It is causing fear and panic. But I always say you don't have to fear and you don't have to panic if you are trying to integrate and doing well with the integration. And there are people who lived in Germany those times. They've been here 30 years, 40 years, and they cannot even construct a whole sentence in German. I'm not condemning them. It's okay. Because we can say that maybe the circumstances around the issue, the language, the learning the language wasn't the same as it is now. Now, those days, maybe they need to go through a lot of struggle to even go to school, to even be accepted, to sit in the same class with people and learn the German language. But as for us now, when you go to Ausländer Behörde, the day they give you your Aufenthaltstitel, they add a certain letter to it, which gives you the allowance, or it gives you the way to go to school. They say go to school. Yep. That means that we have a lot of advantage, or we have a lot of ways we can leverage on. We have possibilities we can leverage on. So how are we using these opportunities that we have? If those people that we came to meet, they didn't have that level, they didn't have that opportunity. It took them struggle, took them stress, took them toil to even be allowed to sit in class and learn the language. And you have come and you want to follow the trail, you don't want to go to school, then we have to ask questions. How are we need to take the baton from where Dr. Dems left it and then move on, because right now, whether we like it or not, we are on the driving seat now. Yeah. They have done a fantastic job for us here in Germany. They have fought a good battle. Now, the question is, most of us who are now in position, what button are we going to pass on to the next generation? Because we need to also do a better job and carry it from where Dr. Dems are handling it and take it to another step further. But the question is, how are we going to do that? We cannot do that without integration. So integration, if you ask me, is the most important step when you come to Germany, especially those of us that migrated from Africa to Germany. Because how do you expect to integrate into or be successful even in a system that you know nothing about? You can only take advantage. You can only benefit from a system if you know how it is used and what is. But if we sit and we watch only African channels, Adult TV, whatever, only Africa concentrate, then it means that then it will really affect not only us as a people, but the whole generation or the whole race as Africans living in the diaspora.
That's fine.
I completely agree with her. I think the new generation, the younger generation should try to do more than the older generation did. The new generation should try to be more involved in the German political life than we are having. We will need to talk to the new generation, to the young generation, to go to vote and to motivate their parents, their grandparents to go to vote also. Yeah. So we have, as black people in Germany, we are just a few, but we can be a powerful force if we try to organize ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we was saying at the beginning, nowadays everybody try to take care of his own business in his corner, and is happy to have some euro in a pocket, go buy some food, have a good time at home, and that is so. Yeah, we need to motivate the young generation to do more politically, to be more involved in the political life than we did.
Okay, so that's a nice one there for younger generation to get involved in politics. But Doctor, with your generation that I've seen 3 decades, 4 decades of German politics, okay, yes, you did mention the SPD, the CDU, and the rest of them. I don't want you to be political here or to show me your political colors, but do you actually think, okay, this supposed secret meeting the AFD had in regards to Auslanders, do you really think is going to, is this something we should be worried about?
Yeah. I think we should be seriously worried about it, because you know what, it wasn't a meeting where I don't know, 2 young foolish boys were attending and were just making joke. But it was a meeting where, according to the newspaper, you had
top
professors, doctors, people who really are teaching at universities, and they sit together and talking about that subject, deportation, what they are calling remigration. So I think we should be seriously
worried about it.
So
what can we do? What can we do differently, or what can we do so that whatever they discussed in the meeting, we will just break it down? What can we do about it?
I think it's first of all very important for us to start organizing ourselves.
Okay.
To start organizing ourselves, having the opportunity to think about the impact that might have on our life and on the life of all people in Germany, because the problem is not only black people. It's not the problem is not what they are doing with foreigners. The problem is a general problem. This if it's really happen what they are talking about, it will have an very intense impact on the German economy. It will have an impact of the social life in Germany. It will have an impact of everyday life for everyone. Because they are not going to say, okay, we take only black people out of here, but they will be starting to say, even if you are white, who know if your parents are Arya, or how do you call it? So I think we should sincerely be aware of it, and try to organize ourselves.
Okay, so just in one word, when you say we should organize ourselves, can you give an example of we organizing ourselves? When you say we should organize ourselves as a black community, just one thing you think we should do.
Let me tell you. If, for example, you hear, we have a civil war in Hamburg or in Germany. Where do you start from?
Probably from your home, to protect your home and to try to reach out to other people you know. So let's say within your community, you start to protect yourself and protect your friends and loved ones before you think about. extending it wider.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the individual, what do you call it, solution.
Yeah.
But as a black community, black society, we should be able, if something happen, to take care of our people.
Okay.
To give them protection.
Okay.
To give them medical care. To give them to eat.
Yeah.
And to be able to I say even to protect ourselves.
Yes.
So I'm not the one who like to talk about those scenarios because I essentially believe that we are a part of the German society, and we have to make our contribution to live peaceful with German people. And we are German ourselves, so I'm not saying with German people, but the black German community is a peaceful community, and we have to put our emphasis on that point to try to make everything that life is possible for us in Germany, and that's the way we need to organize ourselves.
Yeah. So when you were talking, something came in mind, and I just want to say it so that Eunice, please pay attention to me here. You see, when you ask the question, when there's a civil war, what is one supposed to do? Okay. Does that go largely again to say, okay, we the foreigners who are in Germany, like Eunice was saying, we should know what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do in the German economy and also society, so that we fit in. Then they don't have any excuse to say, okay, maybe the black community, you are not being productive, so we start to deport you, or we should just live the lives we are living as at now by not empowering ourselves, as in not going to school, not finding good jobs, not making sure that let's say we don't find ourselves in trouble. Or is it just that the AFD is just a party that is more of racism? They just don't like people to be in Germany, or they just want people to do the right thing?
I think the issue is not about productivity. The issue is not at all not about productivity. You know, if you see the German work market, we have a lack of workers.
Workers, yeah.
Yeah, they are looking for workers everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
So actually, the problem is not the productivity of black people or of foreigners. The problem is just like the people say, okay, this is my hometown, or this is my country, and this country should be for me alone. Every kind of people who are foreigner should go home. And the most of the people are ignoring that. Even those who are thinking they are German, they forgot the origin of their fathers and the forefathers. Yeah. And if they take it seriously, they will realize maybe, I don't know, a lot of them has foreign origin. So the issue is not the productivity. However, what Eunice say is right. We have, or the younger generation have to take advantage of the system, attending school, having good, how do you call it, good exam and good skills, and not only intellectually but also practically, having the ability to learn how do you call it? Things like Klempner, electrical,
masonry,
yeah,
mechanics, and
and so on. Because we do have the opportunity in Germany that education is still free. Yeah, when you go to other countries, or go to the US, for example, education is not that easy. It's not that cheap. So we should the young generation should take advantage of that, goes to school, get a good education, and yeah.
Okay. Eunice, let me come to you before I go to read comments that are popping up on my screen here. Eunice, you and I, yet again, the younger generation, you can see the doctor is just motivating us or pushing us that we should take charge of events and also current happenings. But I want to ask you, okay, as a young person also growing up, and you work with Germans and other people from other countries, okay, do you feel, or in your social life as you go around, do you feel this sense of anti-German that this AFD party is preaching, and what is the solutions as young people in the country now? What is your fear, first of all, and also what are the solutions you see that, okay, you can do or we can do so that the advice of doctor would come into reality so that we can fit into the system and make sure that we are very, very productive? Then we would also have a powerful voice in bargaining or in challenging some of these issues.
Okay, thank you. You know, Doc, to use certain light on certain topics, like we should encourage our kids, or we should encourage the younger generation to enter politics, because life itself is politics. We need people that look like us to also represent us in the higher or the higher hierarchy, so that they will know that when they say, because I was telling somebody, see, when we shout that, oh, yes, you can, and then our kids watch TV or they see the executive body and it's always quiet, so they don't see people like them.
Yeah.
The yes you can that we are telling them, no, they don't really see
it's not practical.
Exactly, they are part of the yes you can. Now you see, personally, I'm the type of person that don't like playing the victim mentality. I don't have a victim mentality that they are doing me like this because I'm black. No, because as we are all sitting here, we are both, let's say, Ghanaians right now. Ghanaians are crying in Ghana that Chinese are taking over our country. Chinese are taking over our country. But our country is not even a social system. Meaning that the Chinese in our country, they are not even taking money from the government to survive. But we want them out of our country. We are crying, Nigerians are taking over our country, because I think it's a normal human instinct, as doctor said. It is a normal that when a group of people is springing up in your community, you have this sense of fear, which I think is normal. That is what they are channeling now. How do we protect ourselves? We cannot play the victim card. I'm black. No. The only thing we can do is to build our defense. Now, you ask me, oh, you are in a typical German environment. How do they treat you? Now, the rate at which somebody who is not working at all, somebody who cannot speak German at all, whatever, will experience racism is different from somebody who can articulate and then also express themselves, experience racism. I don't know, we all experience racism, but the level is always different depending on your level. The lower you are, the least you are, the more harsh the racism comes to you, even our children. So one sure way that we can do is to get, as doctor said, we should try to learn a profession, learn a career. I was telling somebody, you see, if they want us out of the country, let us learn a profession so that at least if we all have to go, at least we are going with something to go and build better our country. If it happens that we have to move, we have to pack our things and go to Ghana, and you have learned a skill here, you can use that skill there in Africa. So it's not about playing the victim, because when we are talking about this AFD issue and all that, apart from the fact that we are Africans, and yes, sometimes we get emotional about, let's also to a point ask ourselves, do they have a stand? What are they to some extent right? Because the AFD party, as the years goes by, they are gaining stand in Germany. People are following, even those who didn't like their ideologies and what have you. Now people are trying to go to them. Why? Because now people are seeing the race at which maybe immigrants are behaving and the way we are, our mindset when it comes to immigration or migrating to Germany. They said are this thing that about 60% of the broker girl, people that take money from the state or dependent on the state, are immigrants, people that migrated to Germany. And they said categorically that they believe that people are migrating to Germany because of that social system, because of exactly. So as I said, they have statistics. They are not just getting up and saying something out of the blue. No, they have statistics. They have the numbers. They are seeing that people that are coming into their system.
Yeah,
what are they bringing to their table? I always say if the white man is giving you 10, it means that the person is expecting 20 in 20 years or in 5 years. It doesn't matter the number of years, but you're expecting something back. It's an investment they are doing. Now, when we come here, most of us, when you come to Germany and you give birth, then you get paper, then you give birth, then you get paper, then you give birth. So after, I was telling somebody, so after we have given birth and you've gotten a paper, what else? Life must go on. What else? Is it that we are going to relax on their social system all these years? If we relax on this system, then it means that at any time, he who feeds you controls you. And if he decides to not to feed you today, how is life going to be like? It happened in so many.
But Eunice, let me come in here, okay? When you look at the statistics, okay, from the Labor Department, okay, when you look at the number of foreigners, okay, that work, okay, or that are gainfully employed, and those that are not gainfully employed, okay, the gainfully employed is far way more than the unemployed, okay. So that is not a yardstick for anybody or even the government of Germany to think that probably we foreigners, we give birth and we don't work. Okay, when you look at the percentage wise, we are quite doing very well. Okay, and I also have a problem which I think I would want you and Doctor probably to address it for me, which is the fact that don't you think that is the system or the level of bureaucracy in the system that is making the integration of foreigners into the German system that difficult and I would call it not motivating? Because sometimes when you look at how people come into the system, try to integrate and also to get a living so that they don't depend on the system, okay? You see that the process is so bureaucratic that and very long, okay? If I'm going to confess, okay, I'm still in the process of integrating, okay, after probably 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, okay? We have people who have been here for 10 years, and this is the time they are trying to integrate. Okay, whilst in other countries, within a year or two, you have the opportunity to integrate in time and to be gainfully employed and pay back into the country. But the German system doesn't give this opportunity. And yet again, they still see us not to be forthcoming. Is that not pure racism?
Yeah. Let me put it like this. Okay. What you are experiencing is the remain of the old German political system, from which I was talking in the 80s, 90s, who the aim of that policy was to make life very difficult for foreigner that you cannot integrate the system. Yeah, but they are changing it. The Green Party and the how do you call it, the Social Democrat Party and FDP, who are in power nowadays, they are trying to do their best and to change it. You remember. Now they give you the opportunity to have two citizenships.
Yes, the dual citizenship law that was passed last month.
And they give you the lower the possibility to become or to have the German citizenship. So after 5 years, you can have it. So they are improving the system, but well, maybe it's not going faster than it should be. But yeah, it was in the past quite impossible for foreign people to integrate the system.
Yeah. So, Doctor, yet again, I still have this question. You said it before, but I think let me ask Eunice that question. Eunice, don't you feel the I will call it the controversy in, like Doctor said, when you look at the job market, Germans need a lot of workers, right? And yet still, you get a session of German political elites who are asking for deportation. So how come, doctor, that Germany doesn't have a lot of workers? They need more people to work. And yet still again, they are sacking people. They want to take people away. What is that? Some of us really don't understand it.
No, this ideology is based on the fact that they think, okay, when we have people over here, they are taking our health, they are taking our money, they are taking our jobs. They want to take our country, they want to take over our country.
Yeah.
Some of them even are thinking or have the ideology that foreigners are coming here because there is somewhere a conspiracy trying to replace the German population with a foreigner population, but in the reality, this is an ideology who is very close to how do you call it, Wahnsinn, yeah. So sometimes the reason they are doing it is not that reasonable. It's not very reasonable. Indeed, we need a lot of workers, and I say now we are not experiencing the lack of workers, not at all. We will see it in 5 to 10 years when my generation will retired, and
when a lot of people retire, so there'll be a lot of gap.
We'll need a lot of people workers, in the information technology, in Pflege, medical jobs, and so on. So what we might try to do on this point as Black society is also what we were saying before, to empower our young people, to empower ourselves, our community, to get ready, to step in when the lack of workers will be very high, very big. And also what I would suggest is for those of us who still miss the sound back home, or who still have a little bit attachment to Africa.
Okay.
We should make also the step, not say we want to be here or stay here alone, because Africa is the upcoming continent. A lot of business, a lot of things are developing over there, and Africa needs also our help and our hand. So my point is also thinking about be a very good help back home to our home societies, and why not?
Okay, that's fine. So Eunice, before you come in, I've seen that one of my guests, I'll call him Honorable Kokwapia, has joined us on Zoom. Honorable, you're welcome. Yeah, you can unmute.
Unmute yourself, please.
Oh, I think we've lost him again. So so Eunice, so this question, that same question goes to you as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you hear the question? If you want me to repeat it.
Please repeat it.
Yeah, my question was that, okay, why that controversial policies? In as much as they need people, they are still sacking people, trying to deport people. So what is that controversial policy, or what is it? What is happening? Because
that is what is called politics. That is what is called politics, in the sense that I always say this: everything about life is politics. And now, you see, if you don't protect or build your own defense, then you're going to suffer the consequences. When you go into a company, typically, let's say any company, you see there's a box there. They said, if you have any issue, complaint box is there.
Yeah.
You have any issue with a company, then you write and put it inside. There's nothing like if they gave you a good service, this is the box, you put it inside. When you go to most of the platforms on our waves, you see that Mercedes, any company, Mercedes has been producing cars for a very, very long time. Let Mercedes produce a car today, and there will be maybe there's a problem on the car. That's one problem, one car. They will stand on it and discredit Mercedes over there. So that's what is happening to us. Now, if we say that, on their workforce, they have a lot of people of color working there. Yes, it's true. But also, they are also telling you that 60% of their burger get is going to you people, your people. So how about that? So it's not about are they right or are they wrong? Who is right, who is wrong? Me personally, I don't think we have to do that bargain with them. What we can do is build our defense. Our defense is come together as a group of people. As Doctor was trying to
yeah, Eunice, I'm with you.
Yeah, this thing is. So as collective, as Africans, I always say this, we are living in Germany, but we can also build our country, our Germany inside Germany, in the sense that we are building and patronizing each other's business, each other's everything, to build us also the economic power and the stability that we need to stay in the country. Now, if we go on this thing they are doing, they want people they have a group of people they want out of their country, because they are a group of people that in Germany, if they sack them today, it will affect the economy directly. It will affect the economy. Yeah. They will not. You think they are targeting those people? No, they are targeting those of us that they can easily rob us. So that is why it is easier for us to come to university. As you said, I know people that did their masters in Germany. They say they should go home. They did masters here. They have skills here. They say they should go and they want to go and bring people from Africa. It doesn't make sense, of course. But you are, if you don't have people to protect you, you will always be the target, and they are going to use you as a scapegoat. I always say this: our politicians back home always give us out, and they are always using us as scapegoats. So as a people, we cannot always be fighting. Oh, it's because of my skin color. It's because of this. This. No, we can't, because whether we like it, is their country. So how do we also build our stance here? Because if we are talking to them as German, we need to be able to prove something. On which grounds are we negotiating on terms and conditions with them? What's the Chinese man can stand in front of them and negotiate on terms and conditions with them? I was trying to check the statistics of people who are in the university here in Germany, and I realized that Indians are topping when it comes to Indian university. Those who are enrolled in university, Indians are topping, and Nigerians are the fifth on the list. Nigerians, when it comes to immigrants in the university here in Germany, Nigerians are fifth on the list. So imagine that it all boils down to economic power. Once you don't have that economic power, your negotiation skill is small. So as a community, we should come together as a people, and then let's try to help, as the doctor said, let's try to help each other. Those who are in the system and they can do something, the young ones, let's push them. They should also be in parliament so they can negotiate when things like this come up. Last time in my son's kindergarten, they wanted to introduce this thing, swine, the host. Swine in the
eating of the swine, the vaults that is made of swine.
And then the people, the Arab people, the Tokai people, they stood against it and they stopped. They were able to fight their way because they were negotiating terms and conditions with them, because they too, they have a certain level of stand in the economy. But as for us, because of us, we are not many and we don't have that power. So if anybody sets any rules and they want scapegoats, then they will come and use us. So it starts with us as people. Let us have the trust in each other. How do we build our economy within ourselves? Let us help each other stand on our 2 feet.
Yes.
And then when we go to them, we can go and negotiate terms with them that this is it. Because if it comes to us,
thank you very much. Let me land you here, okay, and quickly take Mr. Kokrapia, because we don't have much time, because I'll still have to come back to Doctor, because Mr. Kokrapia, you are very welcome to the show this evening. We are sorry due to technical hitches, we couldn't get you in time. So like we have discussed already, we are looking at the political environment of Germany and how the black community, we are supposed to integrate and also face the challenges and find solutions in making sure that we fit in very well. And also narrowing it down to the fact that there's a political system or a political party right now that is trying to deport more people out of Germany. Though, like Dr. Christian rightly said, we do like Germany needs a lot of workers in the country. Yet still, they are still deporting people, or they still want to deport people out of the country. We feel that that doesn't make sense. So as a community or a black community, okay, what are we supposed to be afraid of, and what are we supposed to do differently, as Doctor said, to help ourselves in making sure that we have a bargaining power? So in your view, and also a stakeholder in the Ghanaian community, okay, we don't have much time, but let's say in 5 minutes, okay, what is your take about this whole AFD policies and trying to deport people and their fear of the rise of the Auslander or foreigners in Germany? But before you start, we have Dr. Ivy, Christian Ivy, the CEO.
Nice to see you.
Yes, on board. We also have my good sister Eunice also with us.
Yeah, okay. To me, there's only two possibilities. Either you decide to go to Ghana or you decide to go and vote. So especially those with German, those with German passport.
Yeah.
At least if all of us are voting, there's no way out that AfD will come to power. That one is true. Even if that, then it will be only in the eastern part of Germany. Here in the west, on that we are the majority. Yeah. And if we go to vote, that means there's no way out. That is the only another way. Or you move to Ghana, because if we don't take care, we leave the floor to them just like that. It's likely that the worst case will be CDU will be forced to form a coalition with them because they want to rule.
Yeah.
And that one is possible. There's no 100%. When it comes to last minute where 30% with 25% of AfD, yeah. I doubt if we are not listening, they will shift to them and then come together and block everything concerning Ausländer at Bundesrat. If they are not able to block it at Bundestag.
Please, can you position your camera very well? I think we see your chest more than your face. Yeah. That is good. Yes.
Okay, then they can block it too, either at Bundestag or at Bundesrat. Also, the best and the easiest way to me is that we should go and vote and convince all our people, especially those. And now that we are going to have it, it is going to be easier to get the German pass. Also, encourage our foreign Ghanaians who have this Ghana pass, they can get the German pass in addition to it. And we should go and vote. I know from so far as I know, almost 95% of Ghanaians with a German passport don't vote. Yeah. And that is very, very bad. Also, if you want me to explain it in a short.
Yeah, so I think Doctor is actually agreeing with you on that. So let me just hear him. Doctor, do you agree on Mr. Kokwapier's assertion that every African or every Auslander who has the opportunity to vote, the best way to kill the idea of the AfD is to go and vote against them?
Yeah, sure. It's simple. Yeah. If you refuse to vote, it's also a kind of vote.
True.
Yeah. If you say, okay, I'm not voting because I'm not understanding the system. Yeah. I don't know what to vote for. Yeah. It's also voting.
Yeah.
So if you're not voting, you are voting against yourself. Yeah. So I completely agree with Mr. Appiah that everybody who has the chance, the possibility
to vote
should go to vote.
Okay.
Anytime.
That's fine. That's fine. My producer, can you give me comments so that I actually acknowledge our viewers who are with us? But yet again, okay, in my research, Doctor, I got to realize that some of the reasons why AfD is behaving the way they're behaving is as to 5 main things. Okay, and I just want to bring them up so that you people will look at them. First of all, is they have this fear. Okay, they have this fear that the Auslanders, okay, or the foreigners are gradually taking over a lot of I will call them important spaces in Germany. Okay. Number two, they are looking at what we call political awareness or correction, where they think that Auslanders are trying to influence our culture and change the culture dynamics of Germany. So that is also something they don't like. They want to keep German to be German. Okay. I also realized that they've also seen that due to the development and the increased use of technology, okay, if they don't fight to be Germans, okay, and allow people to, like, let's say with this dual nationality, okay, if they have the opportunity, they wouldn't like that because they don't want it. Okay, it's either you are German or you are not. So they see that the social media and the technology that is being accepted now is also going to limit them as in achieving certain things. The last thing I also realized is that they feel that if they don't play victim, okay, they might not get their way. They feel that, okay, as an AFD party, they need to play things in a way that, okay, foreigners are making Germany look bad. An example, terrorist attacks, crime rates, and many more. Okay, but when you look at it the other way around too, it is not true, because when you look at the crime rates, okay, of German citizens, pure German citizens, or even legal German citizens and people who are Auslanders, okay, you see that the greater of crime is committed by people who are German or oriented or like origin, but just a few or just a few percentage or a small percentage is from people who are not Germans. Okay, I also realized that AFD have decided to use this system of provoking calculation, in a sense that things that foreigners don't do, okay, they say that you did it. Okay, they will accuse you wrongly, okay, so that you easily get angry and feel that, okay, this country doesn't belong to me, then you go away. Okay, so like Mr. Kokoapia, it's either you vote or you go back to your hometown. So that is the narration AFD wants. They want to push you, okay, to feel that, okay, Germany is hard to live, so I go home. Do you people think, generally, it goes to the three of you though, do you people think that as at now, okay, if we vote, if we the black community, okay, or the African community, go to vote against AFD and its allies, okay, we have a future?
Sure. But I will let Mr. Appiah and
okay, so Mr. Appiah, do you think we have a future? Doctor said yes. What is your opinion?
Yes. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Cities like München, you cannot use this Auslander parade to win an election. It's out because more than 25% are foreigners. That means formally, as we came here some 40 years ago, Auslander Rouse was what CSU was saying in München to win election. But they have changed it because the majority who are going to vote are also Auslander.
Yeah.
You know, and the same thing is happening now. If we vote, there's no way out. But the problem is to move our people to go and vote. I was at a demonstration in Stuttgart. How many Ghanaians are in Stuttgart? We had about 1,500. I think I was the only Ghanaian around.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody. Just feeling uninterested. But the thing concerns you than the European with his dog who is coming to fight for you. How?
True.
Yeah. That is the issue. We are not prepared to save ourselves, to fight for it. That is the main issue.
Wow.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, so Eunice, you too, what is your opinion before I read the comments?
Yeah, as he said, we need to be able to fight for ourselves because, you know, I think we are falling into the cliche or we're falling into the life of everything that somebody must fight for us. Black Lives Matter. You go and check the parade and it's only white people that are fronting those things. It's time we fight, we write our stories ourselves. Now, last time, as Mr. Appiah was saying, I was in the Stadt and it was this student from the Hochschule. youngsters in Germany, Hamburg. They were having this demonstration. They were saying that, and on their placard, they've written, BAföG should be made available to everybody. They were complaining about their financial school system, higher education system, and all that. They were talking about the inconsistencies and other things in it. Now, that demonstration, when I saw me, I just joined, and I was the only black person. I was like, I was not born here. This my 2x4 Dutch.
Yeah.
So I was asking, in Hamburg, there are a lot of over 6,000 Ghanaians living in Hamburg.
Yeah.
Where are our kids? Because as Mr. Pierre said, these things affect our children more than anybody. So when there's demonstration like this, you go there, you don't see our children, you don't see them, then you don't see them fighting. So who should fight for you? And we should understand this.
Yeah.
The national cake, if we don't fight it ourselves, they will eat it and leave it, because we are not a group of people that will fight or bake a cake somewhere and leave some for us.
Yeah.
There are some of people or certain race that even if they are not there, they will benefit from the cake. But you and I, we need, even as we are baking the cake, they will still want to take the cake from us. How much more we want in the house? So it's all about inclusion. We should include our kids in politics, because they will do the negotiation for us.
That's what was saying at the beginning. We should try to be more involved in the political life in Germany. Actually, it's true. We have to organize ourselves. And I will repeat it. We need to organize ourselves to get strongly involved in a political life. Don't let people decide for you or take decisions that impact you. And that's what we are doing nowadays. We are just sitting home, and other people will decide for us. Other people go and struggle for us. And we need to motivate our people to get out of their home, go to the street, go to the demonstration. But the point of the demonstration is that maybe every black people feels alone when he gets there. So it might be a beginning to have a small group. When you talk to your friend and say, okay, come with me to the demonstration, we go together. So you are not alone among millions of people that you don't know.
Okay, Doctor, with this you said, okay, something have just come to mind, and I will ask this question to Mr. Kokwapia, you and Dr. Eunice. I think, let me say, you are not part of this question, okay? I realized something, that we have certain black community, okay, that see themselves as black Dutch. When I call or black Germans, they feel that, okay, probably because they have integrated well, or they were born here to foreign parents, and they have the Dutch pass, and they have good jobs, or they are up there, they feel that they are not part of this problem. Okay, so we are having some of this discussion, or this dialogue, or these demonstrations. Okay, they rather feel that what the AFD is doing is the right thing. And we even get some of us, okay, who are supporting this kind of policies, because they feel that, okay, other people are coming to the country and spoiling it. Okay, so such people, okay, what is your advice to them? Those blacks who feel that they are not part of this problem.
That is good. It is true. But you can't force somebody to fight against the other system. That is somebody's idea. Is what he wants. But let's talk about majority. There's everything. There's a small type of people who want to join. If you remember this guy from I think Benin. Deutschland is überflutet mit Ausländer. He's also a black man. He's just living near me, some few kilometers. And we wanted even to catch him and beat him somewhere. But how can you do it? You can't do it. You can't kill him, because this man, you have been given the money to make this nonsense outside. Or that is the case. But there is always a few people, but majority is not. At least 1, 2. It's only 2-3%. I'm sure. Even I know some IFD meat leaders who are. Let's take it Afro-Dutch, especially on this. This one is true, but You cannot change it. There's always an house now.
Okay, Doctor, what is your view on that?
This is what we are talking about. Black people who are member of AFD, or agreeing with the policy of AFD. This is the heritage of colonialism. The colonial system teach us to hate ourselves. To hate ourselves. Like Mr. Appiah says, we'll still have a few people who are behaving like this, but the majority should get together, put effort together, unify, and become a big power economically, politically in Germany.
That's very nice of you, Doctor. Yes, my listeners and viewers, yet again, this is TopAfric, and we are in Hamburg, okay, but this radio station, or we air, okay, through all the streaming lines or live lines of social media, okay. We are also located at Vansbecker Chaussee, number 15 in Hamburg. Yes, I was supposed to read the comments because I've seen, in fact, a rain of them coming down on me here, and I've also seen some on my WhatsApp chat here. But time is not on our side. My producer have just sent me a signal that he wants to produce this show again next week. Yes, this political show, unfortunately or fortunately for us, most of the topics we try to discuss are topics that are of great interest to everybody, but we don't have much time to elaborate it or to digest it very well. Okay, so I would then plead with my producer, Mr. Johnny, who is doing a wonderful work for us, to please let us have a part 2 of this next week. Okay, let's suspend any other topic next week and still digest this topic very well, because there is still more questions I have for my guests, but due to time, I think they cannot actually answer everything for me right now. So I will just give everybody, okay, 2 minutes closing remarks, then we end the show so that next week, okay, same time, okay, I hope by then I'll get the other people in studio. Probably it's only Mr. Appiah we might not get in studio, but I believe we'll get Eunice and the rest in studio to make sure that we elaborate on this issue very well. So, Doctor, what is your 2 minutes submission to this topic?
Well, I think we should talk about the topic more, yeah, and also try to develop a strategy to reach our people. For instance, the older generation, yeah, to motivate them to go to vote. Okay. And everybody should have the opportunity and the responsibility to take a friend with himself and organize ourselves. I will still be saying this. We need to organize ourselves. We need to help ourselves, and this is my my belief.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Eunice, can I get your 2 minute submission, your last submissions?
Yeah, I believe unity in strength. So as a people, trust is very important. Living in Germany, as I always say, we should build our Germany in Germany. So like if we say, doesn't matter how Afro-Deutscher, whatever you are, when the stakes are high, they are going to show you that the Afro-Deutscher is different from Deutscher. So that being said, let us try to trust, love each other, and then also support each other in all things. Because the moment people see that, oh, this group of people have support from each other, it will be difficult for an outsider to penetrate. Even if they would want to penetrate, they would need to really think around it. But if they sense a certain level of separation among us, of course, then it becomes easier for them to take anybody down. So it's not about the fact that we are standing against them, it's their country, of course. But as people living in Germany, we should also prepare, empower ourselves, integrate. So if in worst case scenario, it happens that we have to go back to our continent, then we are going with a skill that we learned from their country.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eunice. Mr. Appiah, so your last submission, then we can draw the curtains to an end on this today's program.
My own is very short. The only thing is that I want to appeal to the churches to get involved in such issues, because they can pull the people more. If the Germans are sending us home, they would not separate the Christians from
the Muslim or
they will send
atheist.
They send all of it. That means even this demonstration, they can organize it from the church. So the Saturday, there's a demo in Stuttgart. All of the church members, we are meeting at the Bahnhof, and then we are joining them. It will be easier than somebody to preach it on the Ghanaian community where they will not take you serious. As a short, next time, maybe I will join, then we add more to it. Okay?
Yes, so yes, it is so. So next time we'll get you in time so that we can elaborate on the issues very well. Because I will take the policies of the AFD one after the other, then we'll digest into them and look at how it affects us positively and negatively. Then we'll also compare that to the policies of other political parties that are also campaigning or that are also canvassing for our votes as a community. Then we'll look at it and see how it will actually benefit us. So listeners and viewers, yet again, the curtains are drawing close, okay? And I will say thank you very much to Dr. Christian Ivy, the CEO of Afrotopia. And like I always tell you people, okay, he's one of our stars. Also
thank you Zoom, for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, Doctor. On Zoom is Mr. Kokwapia. I call him Honorable, okay? One of our leaders and stakeholders when it comes to the Ghanaian or African community. He's very vocal, okay? And I would tell you that he's also one person who doesn't sleep when issues of African community comes up. Mr. Kokwapia, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it and hope to see you next week. For my sister Eunice, oh my God, this lady is superb, okay? In fact, I will call him the young star, okay? Yes, you can deduce from his delivery that, okay, she's so superb and knows her stuff, okay? So this person, I say ayuko to you and hope to see you next week. So listeners and viewers, thank you so much for staying with us today. And we hope again that next week you would join us same time. Then we have a wonderful discussion as we did today, maybe even better than today, okay? So thank you for staying with us. God bless us all.